Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
Nothing to see here. So at this point, we know for sure we need to do what we can to weatherproof our boxes. I would really like moving forward to do wax dipping because it seems to be really good at preserving wood long term. So we're gonna DIY it. We have an old fuel tank sitting around the property. We're gonna see if we can fashion a decent dipping tank. So the way this is gonna work, this is gonna be funky, isn't it? Let me think this through for a second.
Think it through, think it through.
Or we could try that. Right. Alex, are you helping over here now?
Helping them?
Helping me.
Oh yeah, I'll help you.
Okay. We got to make a tank out of this thing that has enough headspace to be safe because we're going to have boiling hot wax in here. The only thing I'm really going back and forth about right now is how long exactly I should make it. I don't know. What do you think? 22 inches?
Go with your gut.
No, we're going to go with your gut.
And if it doesn't work out, it's gonna be your fault.
22 inches.
So to cut this thing up, we don't have a torch or anything. We're just going to use a grinder. We're going to use some cutoff wheels.
Well, that's not supposed to happen.
I'm gonna cut this top off. I think I'm gonna use this as a top.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Is that the diesel catching on fire?
Nothing to see here. Is this thing attached? Nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this as a lid. You can see how thick that metal is. Basically gonna be like that. So yeah, I think it's gonna work out just fine. Just have to get all the pieces lined up and then welded successfully. So it really shouldn't be too big of a deal. I just wanna get an idea of how this is fitting together. I'm just trying to close this gap just a little bit more.
So you are trying to get it flush, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I also can't have a 1/4 inch gap, you know? Not ideal to have a real thick gap or just crazy variation. Huh, well that doesn't look good. What do you think? Send it?
Send it.
Alex, can you grab some rags and something to degrease this crap with, please? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Kind of. Yes. Let's see if we can get this. The more I think about this, the more this sketches me out. So I'm gonna stop thinking about it. You know what? What are you doing? There's a bee here. I was talking to her. I think I can work with that. Let's do this.
Dude, you're gonna break your welds.
Well, that worked.
It did work. Look at that. Look how beautiful.
Yeah.
Reminds me of you.
Thank you. I have to continue getting rid of all these funky fittings and stuff and smooth them out a little bit and patch them up with some scrap that I cut off of this tank. So I just have to patch up these sheets and then start fitting them to the open sides so that I can totally close up the tank. This is flux core welding, so this wire is basically extra material. It's just melting both metals and this wire and the flux inside, which basically brings the impurities in that area of metal to the surface, so it kind of cleans the weld. Okay, well those aren't really tack welds, but I guess, I don't know. I don't freaking know. I just want it to be somewhat solid so I can hammer on it a little bit. I'm gonna try not to melt our clamp too much. That's exactly what you want to see, Chad. These welds right here. That's how they're supposed to look.
You being sarcastic?
No,
Oh, cool.
I'm just lying to you. Oh,
You got a hole right there. Yeah, that's not watertight. And it's not.
I'm gonna weld your mouth shut.
How's this progress going?
It's good. I'm most of the way there. All I need to do is patch up one of these holes from a fitting that I cut off. But then I'm gonna weld the inside of this thing. I'm gonna weld possibly this seam. I'm gonna fill it up with water. If it leaks, obviously I'll mark where it's leaking and then patch it up there and then just keep on testing it until I'm confident that I don't have any leaks. I really don't think I have any leaks to begin with.
I just came to hold the flashlight for Dad.
Do you actually hold that light too when I'm welding?
Yeah, I just won't look in, obviously.
You can look in if you're holding the light. That light will offset the...
That's right. Sure. Watertight yet?
I think it is. We sprung a few leaks, but not a big deal. Just gonna neaten up the weld around the leaky spot and then re-weld it basically. And then just keep on doing this until I feel confident that there are no leaks. Well, until there are no leaks and I feel confident that a tiny bit of metal is not gonna rust through and spring leak. If I had a guess, if I had a bet, I'd say we probably have a couple more leaks, but I saw a fish swimming around there for a second. I'm seeing things. Must be the fumes. So they have slowed down, but clearly I need to do a little bit better. Oh, something tells me I'm gonna be doing this for a couple days.
Oh, I was gonna do that for you. You any leaks?
Yeah. Very, very, very slight ones.
Whoa.
Don't pay any attention to Alex's welds here.
I did my best. I did my absolute best. I think you might have done it.
Is it possible? See any?
Nope.
Could it be?
I don't know. I'm gonna get these guys to come out here for a second. More eyeballs. Hey guys, I need your eyeballs for a minute. Is that wet?
Nope. Careful, you might burn your eye out with that.
With this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, friendly fire, sorry. Do we call it good?
I'd say so.
Okay. Wait a second, is this a leak? No, it's not a leak. I'm just being paranoid.
There are no leaks in bossing, say.
Well, after 2 hours of welding, I finally got it all sealed up. Well, celebratory chin-ups. This was a pain. It really wasn't that hard. It was just, you know, every time I would fill this thing up with water thinking, okay, I got it that time. No, I didn't.
How many times did you fill it up?
Like 7 times. Now, I can continue on with the fun stuff. I'm actually gonna have fun doing this. I cut a little piece off of the manure spreader. Sorry, manure spreader, but it's falling apart anyway. So I'm gonna weld it on this thing, and then, or maybe I'll put it on here. I don't really know. I would like to just be able to pop the lid up, drop stuff in there. Can you get 2 of these brackets off? This is the hinge, the crude little hinge that I'm, and then these will be on each side of it, and I'll weld this to the tank.
Time to find the right tools. And ratchet, and I could have guessed that would happen. I actually about to have to cut that off, bro. Please. This ain't gonna work. Ah! You know, I don't really know my hardware too well. I believe these are called carriage bolts. Basically, they're fastened with a nut. As soon as it rusts for a very long time, which is exactly what this thing did, the nut essentially welds to the bolt. You see how it's just spinning? There's no way to loosen it. And you can't grab onto that with anything. I'm gonna cut the wood. Wow, this is killer. I'm realizing something here. That's not gonna work. Not gonna work. All right, because it's bolted to metal down here. I think I'm just gonna take that angle grinder and see if I can cut these nuts off. Ah, screw it. Go ahead. Wow, that's really easy. It's loose. Why is that so loose? Oh, I don't need to do the bottom one, Chad. It rusted out.
How goes it?
Mission success.
Nice.
There are your
Very
brackets,
Nice, very nice.
undamaged.
Thank you. So now, that makes sense, right?
I think so.
Let's test this thing. If it just breaks my nose, I'm gonna be upset. Keep on going.
I mean, that's working, right?
Yeah.
Here you go. Right on the mark.
How dumb am I? It's fine.
Are we dumb?
Oh no, we're not dumb. We're just silly. It's not symmetrical, but it's effectful. Please don't use that. Don't use that.
It's effective.
See if you can open her up.
Oh, my wax is ready.
Why am I asking you to do the impossible? You broke it. I was trying to make those pretty weak, so I succeeded. I just want to chop these, you know, somewhere.
You want to cut
down
that
here.
right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
It's not touching anymore. Nope. Guten.
Should I just send it, Ramon? Should I just weld this thing? What's the worst that could happen?
What is the worst that could happen?
It doesn't open very well.
Send him.
You guys want to see this contraption real quick? Yeah. Let's get out of here after that. I'm gonna weld the other side too, just to be safe. But so this is what we close when our lives are flashing before our eyes.
You go.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that's sexy.